Wagwan, family, bless up and welcome to another video. This is Lady B, as you know. Today is a hot day. February 14th is a hot day. February 15th is also a hot day. All right. So right now we're going to talk a little bit about we can't say famous. Yeah, two famous people. Vybz Kartel and Bob Marley. All right. So right now, make we talk about the Vybz Kartel situation. So them say jury issues that dominate the first day of the hearing. I didn't get to see it live because I hear it was live, but I was on the job. However, they said there's a question with regarding to the jury situation. All right, and let me get into the article. The court on Wednesday morning began hearing arguments in the Vybz Kartel appeal. Vybz Kartel real name is Adidja Palmer. And then we have Sean Storm, Sean Campbell, Kahira Jones, and Andre St. John's. Those are the persons who they have the hearing for. Those persons were convicted in March 14 of the MURDER of Clive Lizard Williams. One of the jurors in the case, Livingston Kane, was found guilty of a $500,000 bribe to the jury foreman to influence other jurors to return a not guilty verdict in the case. So that's some issue. The law lords on Wednesday asked attorney to focus on the attempted jury tampering issue. So there was an issue with jury tampering. The two questions being considered in relation to the attempt bribery are whether the judge was obliged to dismiss the jury. If not, whether his actions to manage the situation was sufficient. Wow. So the attorney for the appeal is arguing that Kane, that's the person who was accused, should not have been allowed to continue as he was tainted, and that the knowledge of the bribe offer might have influenced the other jurors to return a guilty verdict. Oh my God. But I mess with the Gaza boss. However, King's counsel Peter Knox, who appeared on behalf of the prosecution, argued that one bad apple should not lead to the dismissal of the entire jury. Kane's dismissal would have meant the trial could not continue, as there would be only 10 jurors remaining following the early discharge of a female juror. What kind of cascas this, man? Defendants can't derail trials just by making bribes to juries, Knox argued, adding that it would bring the jury system into disrepute if the entire panel were to dismiss because of one bad juror. He also said the trial judge was placed in a challenging situation, which he handled most sensibly. As the information about the attempts to tamper with the jury came right at the end of the trial, Knox said it would be very difficult to get a retrial, and the prosecution had stated that it was prepared to take the risk of going forward. So with all this discrepancy, they still going forward with the trial. The Privy Council judge questioned whether the fact that the case would have to be restarted was enough reason for the trial judge not to dismiss Kane. They noted that the judge cannot sidestep the requirements to dismiss a juror in instances where they are found to be unfit, such as if they suffer from a mental illness. The judges also questioned about Justice Campbell's directions to the jurors following discovery of the bribe attempt. Say I must some set up this. They questioned whether he had instructed them not to hold the issue against the defendants in the case. Knox noted that the judge had persistently issued very strong warnings to the jurors throughout the trial and had spoken to the jury foreman and asked her to tell her fellow jurors to remember their oath. However, the law lords questioned whether the trial judge had delegated his duties to the foreman. Earlier attorney for the appellants Isaac Buchanan said they were pushing for their convictions to be quashed. There's no cure, no proviso, that must be a law term, or no thought of a retrial or a second bite of the apple, he stated. So the hearing continues Thursday morning, and as I speak, it's already morning in England, you know. So anyway, guys, make we just keep on with seat and hear what go on, you know. Oh my gosh. Let me see what this has to know. Attorney confident Privy Council will overturn. So you say for the other defendants, no, you say the Judicial Committee of the UK Privy Council on Wednesday hearing the long-awaited appeal of the entertainer Vybz Kartel and three other convicts sentenced to life imprisonment for murder of Clive Williams. And he said, according to Mr. Samuels, the judge have aborted the trial and ordered a new trial when it was discovered that one of the jurors attempted to contaminate the jury pool. The judge was in dilemma, and that's what Samuel says. He used in my view, expediency that is not wanting to stop the trial because he couldn't work the 10 jurors only. And therefore, when the 11 were together, one was allegedly to have been taken, trying to bribe the others. He chose to continue with what we call the bad apple. So, as I said in the other stories, the same thing. They continue with the juror who they allegedly say bribe or was trying to bribe the rest of the jury. So, guys, the first half gone. The first half of it gone. So right now, we're waiting for the nether half. Guys, that's one thing I want to talk about. Let me see what else I go on here. So, everywhere I Vybz Bumbleclad, yo, all over, you know. All over the world, take up the case, you know. Vybz Kartel. Isaac Buchanan ready for final trial. Yes, guys. So, make we wait and see what go on. Because I'm an emotional person. It was very heartfelt. At times, the tears come to my eyes. So, I like the fact where they showed the Jamaica then, or it was then, they showed that. And the main concept of, or the main fact that people were trying to take Bob Marley 3 points, it's very sad. So, when they tried to take his 3 points, he had to leave the country. That I didn't know. I didn't know he left the country because he had to run for his life. You know, and that is very sad. So he had to run for his life after they tried to take his 3 points, damage Rita Marley, and then he moved and went abroad. So Rita Marley had to stay, and the kid stay with his mother in, I don't remember if I Delaware, but one of them states. His mother was living in the States. So After that, he went through some stuff. And the thing that I want to point out, because I see a video on Pink Wall that's saying Bob Marley never loved Rita. Based on what the movie portrayed, Rita Marley was Bob Marley's anchor. When Bob Marley have certain things, even though it doesn't seem, in the movie, it doesn't seem like they spend a lot of time together. It seemed like Bob Marley spent a lot of time from home. And that's typical because growing up in Jamaica, people from way back, not really way back, like if you're born in the 70s, the 80s, and you have Jamaican, like your father, your mother, most of your father go on farm work. They hardly spend time at home with the kids. And the mother has to raise the kids. So that was a typical example of a Jamaican life. The only thing is Bob Marley did it for the music. So basically, he spent a lot of time away from his kids. And it is very sad because of the fact that he died at such an early age. He died when he was so young. So that is sad. So this is something, there's a message in this. Let me just break and talk about a message. There's a message in this because I'm thinking that people need to spend time with their kids. Were apart. I sense the fact that Bob really, really care about Rita. And I think Bob love Rita. You understand? Even though they have their separate things. And at one point, me hear Bob mention Sarita of man, a Jamaica. So that goes right back to where me hear Triple X say Rita did have a man. No, Sarita have two kids that don't belong to Bob Marley. So Rita is a singer. She's a part of the High Trees. And at the end of the day, she had her own little career going on for her. So even though she's one of the lead backup singer with Bob Marley and the Wailers. So saying this to say, I always respect Bob Marley, but it really opened my eyes a little bit more to show him more respect. Because even though them say, oh, you have a bag of woman, this and that, and it doesn't seem like he was more like an emotional person, showing a lot of hugging up and kissing up and stuff like that. However, in his songs and the way he move and react towards Rita, it is evident that he loved Rita in his own way, right? At one point I saw where there was a like an appearance of Cindy Breakspear. There was an appearance, but I'm not sure if that was her. But I probably have to watch the movie another time. There was an indication that she appeared for like maybe a couple seconds while Bob Marley was on a tour, but she was not in the movie. She was not in the movie where, showing him of that relationship with her and stuff like that. That was not there. That was not in the movie because a lot of people was wondering. And, I would recommend everybody who's a Jamaican who want to know more about the reggae culture to go and watch the movie, right? So basically with Bob Marley now, after he moved to London, when he moved to London, and then that's when he, based on the movie, because I watched a documentary too, and I'm gonna go back and watch the documentary again, but based on the movie, that's when Bob Marley started excelling. He started doing more writing, more singing. We know Bob Marley also as a soccer player. Bob Marley loved play football. And that's basically, I think, how we introduced Toe. And, the only thing is what I didn't like about it is the fact, say, which me see it in the movie too, is the fact that Bob Marley did not want to see any doctor. Because I think that Toe could have saved and he could have saved his life. He didn't want to see any doctor. He didn't want to delete the Toe because, he said him not depend that. So right now, For all of the hard-headed man, them who no want go a doctor, who no want take care of yourself. Guys, who no take care of yourself, man. Go a doctor, check, get to know yearly checkup and all of that, because once you identify a issue, it is highly likely that it can be, taken care of. And then at the end of the day, Bob Marley's concept was that him na cut off in two, because that was the only way they said it could not spread to the rest of his body. But he said he didn't want to cut his toe off. But and then again, we don't know how long it was bad for, and so we don't know. You understand? But my thing is, Rita tell him couple times, say, Bob Marley, you have to go a doctor. And Bob Marley decides that him not go no doctor. you know. So I also saw the softer side of Bob Marley, the jealous side of Bob Marley, because a lot of people think that, oh, he's a legend and he's so famous, he's not human, in the fact that him not jealous over Rita because him have a bag of woman. No. We saw the jealous side of Bob Marley as well. We see the side of Bob Marley because Bob Marley seems to have a calm personality, but when you get him out, it's like him a gonna knock you out. So we saw that side of Bob Marley as well. So they didn't. I like the fact that they didn't paint him as a superhero who don't have no emotional feelings in terms of how he exhibit that towards his wife or towards Rita, because me never the same wife, because now Mr. Video go on where Bob Marley say he never married. So right now I see a picture with Bob and Rita. So it's like there's a discrepancy, but we have to keep the legend name high. We have to keep his name high. Um, so there were a couple heartfelt part in the movie, when Bob Marley came back to Jamaica, and when he did all his tour, he got famous all over the world. Everybody know his name, the greatest reggae, the greatest music on earth, reggae music, Bob Marley. So when that after everybody know his name and he got famous, them say king don't have honor in their own country. And it's true. And sometimes if you stay at a place too long, people get used to you and you not get no honor. You understand? So sometimes it's not just your own country. Sometimes it's the fact that you're at a place for an extended period of time. And when you're at that place for extended period of time, people get used to you and then they not show you no respect. Well, they probably show you respect and they know your value. But them not really dig you the way you deserve. So a lot of times we have to get up and move. Not because we want to move, but because we want better for ourselves. But based on Bob Marley's reason why he moved, based on what the movie depicts, it was for his own safety. The people in Jamaica wanted to take his 3 points. Allegedly, that's what the movie implied to me. So I didn't know that those things were an issue, because I think when I watched the documentary, it was so long ago. So I didn't really remember everything. But I remember at one point in the documentary, Bob Marley pretty much went in isolation for a while to get treatment for his foot, and that just never worked. They didn't put that in the movie because I think that was a pretty sad moment. But you know, it was a great movie. It was touching. My only thing is, this is my reflection again. The movie should have longer, because the movie is just 1 hour and 47 minutes. When the movie finished, I'm like, really? So that movie was too short to depict the Bob Marley venture. A lot of stuff when we see in a documentary, a lot of stuff them not put in a movie. You understand? But they make it in a concise way where you can get a good understanding of the culture. I would say in those times, and some of them are still happening now. Good understanding of the culture, good understanding of the people, good understanding of the music, and good understanding of Bob Marley himself as a man, as a musician, not much as a husband because he didn't spend much time at home. When he went back to Jamaica, I think shortly after that he passed. He died 1981. He eventually got his British tour. Not British, Africa. He eventually got his Africa tour in 1980. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And I'm telling you, the mind is a hell of a thing. Based on based on the different um feedback that I saw on YouTube and people sharing their concern and why Ziggy Marley never get a Jamaican for act to be Bob Marley, especially with what Triple X put out. That was a mind block to me in the first. When we start watching movie, that was a mind block because me start think say, yeah man, this a brother ya too tall for Bob Marley for true. This a brother ya no sound like Bob Marley. But after being in after watching it over, uh, you know, 10, 20, 30 minutes, then me start, you know, be more into the whole concept of the movie than just the reason why they never get a Jamaican for Bob Marley. And that guy's tall for real, because when you really look Bob Marley, you don't want to look a short man. Um, but he did exceptionally well. He acted very well. Sorry, he acted the movie well. He acted the Bob Marley part well. Could they have get somebody who acted it better? I think so, you know. But I think he did a good job. And I think me personally, me would have give the movie there. Me tell you how much me da give the movie. And then you tell me why you think how much you would have give the movie. I would have give that movie 8 out of 10. Or probably 7.5. Me I give the movie 8 out of 10 or probably 7.5. And probably because me a Jamaican and me more know the culture, me know say me feel like a lot of stuff was missing from the movie. However, I would give it 8 out of 10. Wouldn't give it full 10. Why me wouldn't give it full 10 too? It too short. The movie should have been like 2.5 hours long. Or at least a 2 hour 5 minutes. A movie too short. But anyway, guys, that's my reflection on the Bob Marley One Love movie. Everybody should go and see it. Um, you know, me talking about it now, it does not take away from you going to see it. Everybody should go and see the Bob Marley One Love movie. It is a enlightening movie. It is a eye opener, especially persons who want to understand how the reggae music came about. That is a very good way to understand the whole concept of the reggae music, and it's the greatest music on earth. We can't take nothing after that. We can't take away from that. Bob Marley is the greatest legend artist, reggae artist on earth. We can't take away from that. You understand? Me respect Rita Marley because she stood by Bob Marley even though Bob said she did have man, and even though Rita knows that Bob did have a lot of woman, they stick to each other for the business of the entire thing and the legacy of their kids. So a lot of times when people have personal differences, but when it comes on to the business and the legacy for your family, it's always good to put the personal feelings aside and focus on the business part of it. All right. So anyway, me also in the movie, me also see the part where I'm trying to figure out what the fire signify. The fire, and if anybody know the fire, and the man who claimed to be Bob Marley father, but in the end of it, when Bob Marley look at the face, it was Haile Selassie. You understand? And that was the ending part where Bob Marley was about to die. Like Haile Selassie ready to take him home. So um and the fact that Bob Marley didn't have a father, that's probably one of the reasons why he got in this Rastafarianism, because that was his family. That's where he get more of the love from. I don't know if I up a bubble ill, but yes. So guys, it's a really good movie. Me skip out some coming on and telling you how the movie go. I also give my reflection to specific parts of the movie. So guys, go ahead, watch a Bob Marley One Love movie. It is a great movie. Let me know what you think after you watch it, and if you want us to do a discussion about it, I can do a live discussion about it as well. So guys, pick up on yourself. This is Lady B. Let us keep our fingers crossed, so we can hear good news about Vybz Kartel, because I want him to free up. Yeah, man, I want him to free up. I want artists where me say I want take in a real life. I want watch him perform in a real life. And yes, things kind of shaky because of him, sickness, but with God, all things are possible. You understand? So make we keep our fingers crossed, and I say make we because you understand, me not forget in a details, but me rate Vybz Kartel, and who no, who no. So big up on yourself. Enough respect, as me said, this video about two great men, Vybz Kartel as well as the legend Bob Marley. So with that said, the king of dancehall and the king of, no, not the king of dancehall and the legend of reggae music. You understand? So once again, this is Lady B Official. Follow me on all of my platforms. Go ahead, check out all my videos. Check out my vlogs. Check out my cooking videos, shopping videos. Just go ahead and check out everything on the channel. Let me know what you guys think about this video as well. Go watch the Bob Marley movie, and stay tuned so you can hear more about the Vybz Kartel case. Big up on yourself.